Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of our video, and we did part 1 and I hope you have watched that, and we're back with part 2. My name is Irene and this is
Diana
and
Paula.
So welcome back, and so we'll have Paula take us through the questions once again.
Woohoo! Okay, so talk about church heart. I know I've started with a heavy one, yeah. Somebody said talk about church heart. We could do this
I
all day, we
think,
could just-
I think, let me just go. I think church heart should not even be church heart. It's just heart in general. Like there's sometimes there's expectations that we have on each other because we are Christians, and there's standards we have to live up to, and all that. However, I think for you to come to church and not expect to be heard is not realistic. And I think if there's any other place on earth in the world where your faith is tested most and your walk with God, it is in church. And that is like with purity, sexual purity, that is with money, that is with forgiving, with like church gossip, with all that. Like I feel like the masks come off in church, and that's when you see people's real selves. And so I think church heart exists, however, because we are Christians, we are called to live according to a certain set of standards. If you have been hurt by church, you be the person that rises above the I'm going to leave church because the pastor said this, or because the usher didn't welcome me well. Because then you make it about the people and not about God. And not to excuse ourselves from
bad behavior.
Accountability or bad behavior. But honestly, you be the one that upholds the standard that you expect of other people. And probably, maybe it will rub off. However, I think that there should be reconciliation in the church. The Bible calls us to be, to go after reconciliation. That if you have a case against a brother, against Paula, go to her and talk to her. Yeah. If you feel she hurt you. Yeah. And if you feel like you are not yet grown, or you don't have the strength or the courage to do it, then that is a signal or a sign that you should probably grow in that area of conflict resolution, because iron sharpens iron, and the only way iron sharpens iron is with friction, with a lot of heat, with a lot of disagreements. But that's how we grow. Yeah. But it happens.
Yeah, I think it's the whole, you've heard that saying of church is a hospital. I think when you get to that point when you remember that the mere fact that you also came to church with issues, please note there's like 10 others with the same issues, and maybe even worse. So if you come and someone maybe does something and then you're like, oh my gosh, how could they? You're holding them up on a pedestal that is not realistic. They didn't even ask because the fact is they're human, and we're not excusing bad behavior. That's the truth. But the fact is, these people are actually people like you. They have things they go through. They have bad days like you. Yeah. But I mean, if again, as Irene has said, I feel like church heart starts from the whole people not wanting to confront what's happening. Yeah. I mean, if you've heard something about me, walk up to me and tell me, hey, I heard this about you.
However uncomfortable that is.
Yeah. Exactly. Now it's up to me to either take it in, but you've said your piece. If you heard that maybe I gossiped about you, walk up to me and say, hey, I heard this and this and this. Don't be back there also gossiping about me. Like, oh my gosh, it's like this and this and this. Because that's how it all starts. It's just cycles of people being too stubborn or too proud to actually face what's in front of them. I think we need to get to a place where we understand that I have made you mad. I'm going to walk up to you and say, hey, by the way, you said this, you did this, it made me mad. Yeah. Whether you take it or not, is up to you. But I have said my piece.
Yeah.
I will go back to Jesus and worship him with a light heart because I have said my piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to go to Paula and say, Bana, can you believe this man? No.
Your husband.
I would love that.
Yeah, that's true.
No, because you see, then church heart has
Yeah.
Mpalanila,
Yeah.
then before you know it,
We don't talk to her.
We don't talk
Yes.
to her, and yet Kale, you're somehow a cell leader somewhere,
Yes.
pouring into.
Yes.
Yet we don't talk to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and the pain is really on you. The other person probably doesn't even know that it hurt you that much.
Yeah.
And even if they
And
do.
even if
Yeah.
they do, I mean,
Yeah, I agree with both of you. And again, I think just to encourage, if you've stepped out of church on grounds that you were hurt, it's valid, like sometimes you just want to, However, yesterday someone told me something very beautiful. They told me the only way to find out that something will be beautiful at the end is if you stick it out. However uncomfortable, however hurt you've been, I'd like to encourage you to actually stick it out. Conflict resolution is a gift from God. It's a gift from God. Pursue it. But also just be the bigger person, be the better person. I've found most of the most beautiful relationships in church.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Agreed.
on period.
Yeah. Period.
Most of my beautiful friendships, actually now I'm convinced it's like 90% of my good friendships in church.
Yes.
And that's because it does get beautiful. Was I hurt? Yes. Speaking of, I want us to get a little personal.
Just a question. I know you're not going to answer, but what are they talking about sticking it out?
Okay. So we were talking about anxiety and how sometimes you just don't know why you're so anxious, why you can't get yourself to stop worrying about particular things. And he was just encouraging me and telling me, after you've been anxious and you get through it, it is so beautiful.
Yes.
But that's only if you don't throw in the towel and say, you know what, this is just me.
Yeah.
I'm anxious. I'm an anxious piece of
Yes.
Paula, this is me. It's like,
Yeah.
no, do the work, stick it
Do
out.
the work.
You can only know the beauty after. Happy?
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
let's get personal for a bit. Diana, are there times where you've been hurt? But please, context, we all work in the church. So if anyone knows about church hurt, I'm sure people who work there know, right? So have you had moments of being hurt by the church? Or let me not say the church, like Irene said, being hurt by people in the church.
but the people are the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being hurt by the church.
Yes, I have. I have. And there was a period when it was so heavy and I had like actually weight of bitterness. But then because I was told I'm such a good actress that you couldn't tell.
That you are, yeah.
But then it wasn't because I was acting, it's because I needed to see them for who they were and not what they had done to me. It was painful, it was annoying. Every time I'd see them, I'd be so mad. But I remember someone sitting me down and telling me that at the end of the day, God will vindicate you.
Yes.
You know who you are.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
You know the kind of person that you are. Doesn't matter what's been said about you, in which circles. At one point, the truth will come out. It always does.
Yes.
And as life would have it, funny how, it came out. The truth came out not so long after that. Of course, at that point, my reputation had been smudged like terribly, but then I was at peace knowing that then the truth came out.
Yeah.
It was sad that the other person ended up being the villain because I didn't want them to ever get to that place.
Part of me wants to say, served you right. Yeah.
But it hurt because I remember at that time I'd move around and people would be giving me
The eye.
stinky eyes, like of people who used to talk to and everything, and they're giving you that you whole,
Yeah.
what the heck? And then I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Vengeance
Yeah.
is
the
the Lord.
Lord's,
Because
yeah.
if it were in my
Y'all would be dead.
But yeah, I have
Yeah.
experienced hurt by people in the church.
Yeah.
And I have healed from it slowly by slowly. I'm not going to say it was quick. I'll be lying. But again, baby steps. You take the time, you do the work, you trust that at one point in your life, you'll be fine. The person will be okay. Because now I talk to them. Of course, I won't be telling them my life secret, but
You're
talk to
good.
them.
Yeah.
We're good. I mean, if the world ended right now, they'd not be on my list of off with their head. No.
Yes, I've experienced church hurt. However, still I don't have a much differing opinion from D. Honestly, you
Yeah.
just be the older person. You
Wait it out.
Ali says that everyone is nice. Whoever he meets is good. Ali is my friend. Until proven otherwise. And many times I think it's from whatever they're going through that they try to project onto you. So, you give them the space you need, work it out. If it's not workable, just have peace within yourself that you at least tried and release them.
Yeah. I've found lessons though from church hurt. My experience with church hurt was the basic. I told someone something, and they were this leader in the church, and I looked up to them, and how it goes, new girl in church trusts leader who ends up being fake. Because the action was fake,
Yeah.
the action
What
was
they
fake.
did.
Yeah, so I tell them all these things about myself.
All too familiar.
Yeah, I tell them this thing about myself, and they go ahead and I think talk to someone else about it, and this person also didn't have the maturity to keep it to themselves. They just, so it became and then before I knew it, someone else was coming to me and saying,
Yeah,
girl,
that's sad.
I heard that you were struggling in this area, and I was just like, what? Are you even kidding me? However, I feel like that taught me the lesson. Do I hate that I learned it like that? Yeah. But am I glad I learned it? Yes. The lesson of boundaries. That book, too much too soon. And that's a lesson that we as Christians
You're
need
reading.
Girl, I'm good. New Year.
Yes.
Finish all your books.
Haven't read it yet.
Yeah, too much too soon. That's a lesson that I feel all Christians need to learn. Just because we're all Christian and we believe in God does not mean that I come, like you said, and give you my entire, and that was me. Very whatever, maybe people pleasing or naive, or I was just out there like, you've come to ask me how I am. Let me tell you.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, and I had to learn that the hard way, boundaries.
Nice.
You don't need to be knowing everything about
Yeah.
everyone. You don't need to be telling your things to anyone. So I feel like perspective is key. Like, okay, so you are hurt, but are you sure there are no lessons in that pain? Are you sure there's nothing God was
Showing you. Yeah.
God showed you or whatever? Yeah.
Nice.
But heal, Vanvi.
Heal.
Try.
Pursue it.
Like, do the work. I mean,
Yeah.
church is beautiful,
It's
eventually.
amazing.
Yeah.
And when you remember what drew you there in the beginning, all these
It wasn't
things
people.
become, it wasn't the people. I mean, you just met these people in your big age. Come on, they cannot be the ones bringing you down, hey?
Yeah. So a light one to just make us
Yay.
laugh a little.
Finally.
Why are ladies fighting for men?
What?
But I think let me just sort of add flesh to the
Okay.
question. Something I would want to hear from you ladies. What is your take on position yourself, fight for what you want, protect your man?
Hello.
And I'm not even saying it, I'm not biasing you by saying it like that, but there's that school of thought of protect whoever you're with by, if you even see a girl being how,
Boundaries.
tell him hello. Yeah, but also like fight for what you want. And that's if you already have the mans. But if you don't,
Oh dear. This question is for
please.
you.
I reckon you've all had mans in your life before.
Wasn't that deep, dear?
on the
Go on.
on the single part, fight for what you want, position yourself, put yourself out there. Yeah, all of that.
Yourself out there because it's just going to drop the money in your account.
Yeah, you just attend parties and say hi, Irene.
Man, them be hard, man.
Man, them behind. I hear you.
I'm not talking.
Yeah. We're all looking at you.
But then, are you noticing this
Shame
trend?
event
You
starting.
go.
Because, guys, I welcome the people
I'm
to the new year.
marinating
the
as
vibes.
well.
Position yourself.
Whichever you
How?
want to answer.
Like, are you throwing yourself in the person's face? Because I don't believe in that. Personally, I don't. Because, again, those people, they still believe the chase is for the bro. Eh? So
It is for the bro.
I won't be throwing myself in your face
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Feels quite unnatural.
Yeah.
It's one of those things anyway for me. Fight for what you have, yes, because I mean, if you don't fight for it, then you're going to lose it.
Okay, but do you mean fight?
I know, Bambi, don't be beating up those children.
Violence
Don't
is
be
not a
beating up
thing.
people's children.
Wow.
It's
It's
not
okay.
worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, only beat them up if it's your child, like your little child.
I'll be like,
If it-
down.
No. I don't think you should be going physical because of a man. I mean,
Why are you
that's
fighting in
already
the
a
first
bad
place?
Yeah,
Why are you going physical? Yeah.
Why? Or even a woman, really. Like, bros.
Yeah, worth it.
Okay, yes, your heart, but
Yes, Paula.
Paula is on
Yes,
fire.
dear, go for it.
No, I
Over
feel
to
like
you, ma'am.
wow. sis. I feel like the whole fight, put up a fight for. I don't know how to say it,
Not physical.
but I think a lot of the things people have picked up these days, most especially physically, is in the pursuit of equality. What a man can do, I can do. And that's a whole conversation for later. No, ladies, I know you, it doesn't take much to trigger you into talking about equality, but no. Shh. But what I mean is a lot of young girls, like that video, you know, little girls, really.
Yeah.
A lot of the time we have created the whole if men will fight for, you know, why can't we? You know, it's just terrible thinking.
Yeah.
However, back to the point, I'm going to differ with you, Dee.
You want to go physical?
No,
Oh.
I don't even want to fight at all.
Yeah, I don't mean fight.
Like, no, I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
like, part of me feels like, for you, what's wrong with you? Like,
You who's fighting.
no, like you who I'm fighting for.
All
Yeah.
right.
Like, why do I need to be the one protecting you? And I understand very many people have different thoughts about this, and I have tried to get into that school of thought of you need to. But every time I feel like I'm fighting for anything, by the way, even work or whatever, I just feel like something is taken away from me. Like, why do I need to be protecting you? Are you not mature enough to know that you need boundaries? So there's that whole men are clueless and sometimes they don't know, and that's like a whole conversation because I don't believe
That's a
that
whole
stuff.
other
narrative has
conversation,
changed.
actually.
The narrative
narrative
has
has
changed.
changed.
I don't think men are clueless. I feel like if he really, really wants and loves you,
No, sorry.
he's going to
hold that thought.
protect himself. That's just y'all. I know it's a point of contention. That's just what I think. I think you shouldn't be fighting for anyone. We have a lot to fight for. We fight for dreams. We fight for money,
Family,
guys. We're fighting
spiritually
for
you're fighting,
family.
physically
Spiritually,
you're
we're
fighting.
just always fighting. Why do
Nah.
I need to be fighting for you as well? Give
But
me
that's it.
peace.
That's-
Give me
I think I might have said it wrong. That's I think what I
Yeah,
meant.
that's actually it, yeah. But
If
what
he
were you
wants
saying
to.
before?
He
He
will.
will. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. If he wants
Oh,
to, he
okay.
will.
Yeah. If he wants to, he will,
If he,
yo.
if he values this relationship, why is there another chick in the picture trying to start a fight?
I
with
know.
you?
Why do I even need
Why
to
is
be
there a fight in the
fighting?
beginning,
Yes.
even?
That's the thing.
And you know
The
there's
only
a
thing we
lot
should
of...
be fighting about is like what next destination we're going to.
Thank you.
You want Miami and I want Mexico.
I know.
What's our next investment?
What?
Yes.
Not
Yes.
fighting
That job are you
random-
taking?
No offense. Yeah.
There's that school of thought though, and I think, of course, thank God we share the same mind and you're going to share. But there's that school of thought of men are clueless, and men are, sometimes you just need to remind them that, oh, that one has the wrong motives. And no, don't talk to that one. Yeah. I think it's ghetto.
It's ghetto.
Because men are
See?
brilliant. Men are some of the most brilliant creatures. I feel like.
You know, sometimes I feel like, I wonder how, do you know how men usually have something going? Even when they're kids, they always have like money, they're always working on something.
Yes.
How do you do it? You know, and God just gave them that special extra
to toil
thing.
until they get
And they have the anointing to actually be the ones, not that we are not meant to start things or, you know, but there are particular things that God has graced them for, you know. And I think the only thing I was going to say was, when you're praying for
Your man.
when you're praying for your man, just pray that God will, even now as we are single, when
I don't see any
single,
blink.
you're praying that wherever that he is, God is building him and mentoring him, so that when that encounter happens, when the time is right, you're not going back into things of, why are you taking that shit?
Teaching him basic boundaries.
What do you mean? You know, so, you know, let's do the work ourselves as girls, and also pray for, you know, those men out there.
However, if you have a different opinion, I just want to say that this is not those one answer is what you go with. No.
Choose ABC.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you have a different opinion and you think for you the fighting is what you want to do.
Only way you should be fighting is on your knees, though.
So, hello.
There's a song.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're done fighting. Okay, more to the serious ones now.
Okay.
Forgive me. What is the real reality between purpose and the purpose you want? How can you be able to differentiate the two, and how have you, beautiful three queens, recognized it and have come to terms with your purpose, not the one you want, but the one God has made for you? So is there such thing as the purpose I want and the purpose God has made for me?
I think so.
Okay.
Sometimes, because I mean, as much as there's purpose from God, there's your things you want for yourself that are probably not aligned with salvation. That's the truth.
Selfish. Sorry.
Oh, selfish. Selfish things that you want. So I guess at the end of the day, what I believe, me, it's just me.
You as you.
Me as me. I believe that the two should align.
Word.
When you feel like they're not aligning, you go back to the drawing board and ask God again, is this it? Because I believe that the purpose that God has for you should be one of those things that come naturally. Not easily, but naturally. Yeah. Like, let's say there's this kid that has always been practicing in a mirror about how to be a presenter somewhere.
Wow.
Somewhere. They're kids like that, right?
Yeah. Right.
And eventually, when they grow up, they end up there. Radio, TV. And it's something that they've loved, and it's in line with, I believe that's in line with God's purpose for them, because it's not something they had to strive for. They worked at it and got there. They did the work. They didn't have to strive for it.
Yeah.
Personally, the things I end up striving for are usually not meant for me.
Yeah.
They're usually very selfish. They're usually the things that I think I need, but I actually just want. I don't need them. For me, that's my thought. That's my thought.
There's a verse I was just about to look for. I don't know where it is. I don't even know what exactly it says, but it talks about the desires of our hearts and him influencing us. I guess sort of like he works in us both to will and to do.
Yes.
I think it's very important that you track your motives. Short story, when I was getting into, I wanted to sing so bad, I wanted to sing in church and whatever, and it was bad, like I really wanted to. Fast forward, it's not even that deep now. I'm just, not that I don't want to,
Yeah.
but when I think about why I wanted to in the beginning, I'm just like, girl, that was for the wrong reasons and whatever. So I think it's always important for you to do a motive check. What exactly is the reason why you want to do that thing? Why do you think that's your purpose? And if it's anything out of pleasing God, for the glory, for, or if you don't think it's from God, it's okay to pause, by the way. It's okay to actually pause in life and say, I'm not going to do it until it's clear for me. And yes, but I genuinely think God places things on our hearts that, Next question, I guess. The next question is on finances. Hi, Nicholas. We've outed you. He says, you've been reading financial books. I don't know how you know that, but tell us what you've learned. Also, now that babes are making some money, what's your take on spoiling men, or your Kameza money is only yours?
So I'm even reading another now, but financial books, like any other book that you can read, the only way you can benefit from it is by practicing what it says. And having track of your expenditures. Finance is basically what comes in, what goes out. Living within your means. But yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Judge
Judy.
Still being generous in that. So I think many times when we get extra money that might not be from your main source of income, you don't really have if you don't have a plan, it will go anywhere that whatever comes, let's do that. However, then you go back to your mainstream and like, but this money is not enough. So it's important for us to live within our means. Let the money that you have, the one that you're spared, grow. Michelle, she's been very, very helpful with knowing where to put money. There's YSEV. Don't let just sit in an account.
Invest.
Even if you can put it on invest. Even if it's small investments, at least make it grow as you maybe get better ideas on how to use that money.
Me teacher.
Oh, okay.
Here's one thing I've learned about money. Take it from a terrible user of money. Terrible. In caps, bold, italics, underlined. Anyway, mindset is very key. Mindset. Yes. I think a lot of the times you want to start investing, you want to start growing with your money, but your mindset towards what money is just flawed. I realized I grew up with a lot of, I don't have money. And that statement I had a lot. By the way, I didn't grow up in a poor place. It was cozy enough, but there was a lot of, we have money for what's important. Don't go around just asking me for anything. I don't have money. And I had that a lot. So I feel like most of my working, and I started working young, was I just need to supply my needs. What do I need? Do I genuinely just want to sit down over a cup of tea? Let me work. So you would find that I have so many jobs, but like at the end of the month, how much do I have left? And I realized, well, that's good. It also has, flows to it. So your mindset, you actually need to journal. I had one of those, there's a book you sent, I don't even remember which one. But there's a book where the guy said you need to actually write down your money mindset.
Yes.
What do you think is your outlook towards money? Write it down. And then go one by one. If you're Christian, ask God to reveal how you can, eliminate some of those mindsets and start to change. Before you know it, not all money has to be dished out. In my case, I've come to, and again, I'm not perfect, still not as good as Irene is at using money, but a lot of the time I'm now better at, you know what, it's okay, let's think, let's invest, let's make sure there's some to spare, let's make sure we're not just making sure everyone is happy.
While still being generous.
Yes, while still
actually.
being
Yeah, because
generous.
that's what I was going to say. I think that there's a thin line between generosity and just aimless giving.
Yeah, where?
Because then you realize,
Are you saying them?
She's
I'm
just
just
talking.
saying.
Go.
I know a bunch of generous people, but even those generous people that I know are also very good with their money.
With their money, true.
You will never find them begging.
Yeah.
You'll never find them in a space where they actually have no money.
Yeah.
They're generous, but they're strict with their money. So when they don't have, they actually don't have. They'll tell you,
No.
I have,
Yeah.
but it's not for this.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
generous.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything happened and the world was falling, I know that I'd go to this person and this. But then also they let me know that it's okay to say no. Sometimes
Yes.
it's okay to say no.
Yes.
Because if you don't know how to say no,
Yeah.
the same people will keep coming back because they think you are always going to.
Open for business.
There's a difference between a handout and a hand up. You get
Yeah,
it? Like
yeah.
there's a whole thing of, am I helping you or am I crippling you?
Yeah,
Yes.
come on.
So when it comes to things like that, you need to boundaries.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it's even if you come off as the terrible person,
Yes.
the terrible person who just never gives, no.
Boundaries.
You know
yeah.
it's not never.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that with this person,
They're just taking
No.
advantage.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody said plan for your generosity. And
You have to.
yeah, I think that's deep. That's like
Yep.
sit down and say, how much am I giving? How much is going to generosity this month? How much is, so I think that's a very beneficial practice. Talks
Agreed.
to self. Yeah. Okay, next question. Part B of that question is, now that girls are making money, what's your take on spoiling men? I don't think we should be talking about this in 2023,
No,
but that's
we
just
really
my
shouldn't.
opinion.
Next.
Yeah, next. Yeah, great. Men get married to girls around them at a time they're ready, not the girls they truly wanted or the girls God showed them. Discuss. God's timing or social pressure? Can I suggest
Yes.
that we answer that question when we have a man on the panel sometime in the year, whenever? No? Cool. And this might be the last or among the last. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. And this is another one where we're going to have to get personal. Have you had to forgive somebody that hurt you, and what was your experience like
I
that?
already
And
answered that, so you guys.
crickets.
Okay, I'll go. So with the death of our dad, there was a lot that was happening in our family, and things were lost, court cases were, issued, and for a very long time, for me, I blamed two people, my dad and his wife. Not my mom, but yeah. And I had so much disappointment from a dead man, and I projected those disappointments onto other men in my life, and I'd be like, I don't think I can rely on you. Like, I ask for one thing once,
And you don't come through.
and you don't come through, friend.
Let's
You'll
move on.
never see me on a doorstep again. Because I just held onto that. And I had, like Dee shared about bitterness. I was bitter, I was angry, And I realized in one overnight, I was like, wait, but you realize this person is dead. And you're the one going through the hurt again, the pain again. It doesn't even matter now. However, how you treat that is affecting every other relationship in your life, you know?
Yeah.
And it's until I released him and said, you didn't know any better, or whatever it was that you were dealing with. I had nothing to do with it. It affected me, it affected us, yes, but you know, there's a father now. And so me letting go of that heart, forgiving him, forgiving the people that were involved, and just being weightless and just moving forward. And you're like, no, I can actually look at a man now and be like, you're a human being like me. What? Flawed. And like I don't have to look at you according to your gender because you're a man and I'm a female. No, you're basically God's child that he loves, and you're going to make mistakes like I've made mistakes. And you know, just when the hurt happens, don't, you know, put it under the carpet, but deal with it. Take the time that you need. Ask God to heal the pain and, you know, move forward. Yeah.
That's deep. I'm sorry, but you're good. You turned out great.
Yeah.
I don't know if I differ so much from her. I think it's important to acknowledge the role of God. And I think somebody said, and I 100% agree, the most broken people are Christian.
Yes.
Because many times I think if I let go of God, the bitterness, the anger, do you get that I will go through, that I will realize in myself is immense. I just don't have the luxury of letting go of God. And for me, same, like a lot of the time you realize you're praying and you realize I have so much anger, or I treat this person this way because I'm thinking, you're also going to do the thing the other person did, and that's not healthy for any of, you know, for me, for them, so it's important that we notice the role of God. He exposes the most random things. Have you all ever been praying? And then they say, maybe if you know you need forgiveness, put up your hand, and you low-key get a, that's not me, I'm good, I'm forgiven. And then the more you linger in God's presence, you realize, whoa, there's that
This was
person.
here
And
too.
you had probably forgotten, or you're not even thinking about it, but it comes up. The presence of God is very expository, like just does this to your flows.
It's light.
Yeah, so the role of God is very important. As much as he exposes, he heals as well. So,
Yeah. Purr.
Yeah.
Purr. Yeah.
Spell par.
P-U-R-R. Period.
Like per.
Like it was
Anyway.
substituted for period.
Period.
Per.
All right.
Per.
Okay. Okay. So
I have a question.
a lighter question. You have a question?
Oh, no. Okay, go.
This is very light.
Go.
And maybe it will come last.
So first throw
first
you heavy question.
throwing you heavy. Okay,
Heavy
cool.
or light?
Semi. You won't forget?
Write it
Okay.
down.
Why do you think most women nowadays fear marrying men who are good cooks?
I don't
I
fear
don't fear
that.
him. He can
I
come.
was, oh, girl.
He can come all he wants.
What?
Come on.
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
What?
Avail yourself, oh Master Chef.
Are you? Let me learn from you.
Teach me your
I'm
ways.
ready to learn.
I'm ready.
Oh my Lord.
However, I thought about this and I was thinking there might actually be women who have the genuine fear of men who are great cooks. Or you don't even realize you have a fear, then you get married or whatever and realize I'm insecure because my man is a better cook than I am. I would counter that, not counter, but I would put it alongside the question that many men ask.
Can you cook?
No. Why okay, many women ask, why are men very insecure with women who make more money than them? So you see how, I don't know.
Do we need a man?
Do we need a man on the panel?
for that
We do. Hi, man. Send a comment because we don't know which man.
Yeah.
What I think is a lot of the time in our, of course, you're very passionate about this one, but our natural, I don't know another way to put it, roles, we are sort of like hanging on to it. Like, this is my thing. I provide. This is my thing. I cook. I make the home. So when this other person who, it's not their role, does it better than me, I'm just like, am I even enough? Do you get? So on their hand, women who make more money than they do. On our hand, for some ladies, because we don't mind, men who are great cooks.
Yeah.
I don't know, just my thinking. Maybe it's the same thing.
So I think I'd want to know where the person is coming from, because it could have been one of those things that were instilled in them as children. Such that her phone bar, what, and then they meet this guy who actually enjoys being in the kitchen, and he actually cooks really good food, and they love this man, but that's the only thing that's worrying them.
Yeah.
I think I'd ask them to just take a chance on a man. You never know. He probably won't leave you or something.
If you do, yeah.
Because I know, there won't be days when you don't want to be in the kitchen. So would you rather eat bad food or be grateful to God that he gave you a man that can cook? When you're 9 months pregnant and you can barely reach the spices, wouldn't that be a blessing? I think it's also perspective. Because aside from the fact that he's a really good cook and it scares you, there's so many things you probably love about him that will keep you like going. Or something. Also, Master Chef, come!
I think for me, the thought that came to my mind was partnership. And
You're ready for marriage.
Which was ready to mingle.
like yesterday, I don't know about today, but no, but partnership, partnership, I think requires like a hand holding of sorts.
Yeah.
Like we are going to do this together,
Yeah.
right? And I think many times we go into marriage thinking you have a JD as
I
a
have
wife.
a JD. Yeah.
You have a JD as a husband. Cook, clean, bath, man, money,
Provides what?
And yet, it's actually not that way. Because imagine, honestly, you're living with this person. I don't think it is realistic for me to give the burden of providing all of, like, if they're able to, well and good. Like, if they say, I don't want your money, just do whatever you want with it. Me, I will pay for everything else. That would be my, what? Yes, Lord Jesus.
I claim it.
However, most times, realistically, it is
Yeah, let's partner.
a 50-50. It's a partner.
Teamwork.
It's a partnership, yeah. So we do teamwork. Even if we're cooking, even if it's time to cook, I will tell you, could you please come and help me?
Cut the onions, because nobody got time for smelling
he
like
should be
onions.
willing to also kind of, come and step in. You know what I mean?
Y'all are going to sit through this 1 hour. It's Kawa.
Yes,
the
it is.
question.
Kawa. Yeah, is it bad to want it all before 30?
Want it all before 30, oh. Want it all.
Yeah.
Want it like
Dream as big
I don't
as you
like
can.
that people give. Somebody once told me, you are limited by your role model's achievements. Yourself.
There's a lot more years after 30. You know?
Yeah, but also this brings me to back to the conversation of motives. Again, you need to ask yourself the hard questions. Why do you want it all before 30? Is it genuine? Is it trauma that you're trying to beat up? You might want to focus more on healing then. Yeah. But want it, what?
Yeah, once away.
Want away.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching, and this is the second of many.
Yes.
Of many more to come. Let's pray for that consistency, but
Yeah.
also there's so much that we have planned for you all. A call on sponsors if you want to like just
Yes.
dish out the cash monies for this thing to happen more often.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Leave a comment. You can even just leave your email. So you just email me.
Yes,
and
we
shall
shall
do
wait.
it.
Yeah.
If you want us at your TV or radio station, hey.
Yeah.
One
Don't do
call
pro bono
away,
work.
and we could even sing that. But thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
We'll definitely catch you next time.
Yes.
We are very welcome to your comments and your shares and your subscriptions
Yep.
and your likes. We love it. From us.
Yeah.
Bye.